what tayammum can be made on, and common problems. It is permissible to perform tayammum on dirt, sand, baked clay like in bricks or unglazed pottery, and various rocks like marble, chalk, and limestone. However, according to some marjas, one cannot perform tayammum on baked clay, chalk, or limestone. One cannot perform tayammum on dirt or gravel that is mixed with a substance that tayammum is not allowed on. Of course, if the substance is so little and inconsiderable, there is no problem. The substance which tayammum is performed on must be tahir, and it shouldn't be usurped. If we miss even a small part of our forehead or the backhands while wiping, our tayammum will be invalid. Let it be intentional, out of forgetfulness or ignorance. In the hands, for example, if any of the fingers are not wiped, the tayammum will be void. This is why one must remove his or her rings before wiping the hands in tayammum. The area that is being wiped must be tahir, should not have any barrier on it, and should be wiped completely. If there is a barrier on one's forehead, fingers, palms, or the backhands, like when glue is stuck on them, it must be removed before performing tayammum. One's forehead, palms, and backhands must be tahir in tayammum. However, if one's palms are najis and he cannot make them tahir, he must perform tayammum with the najis hands. In the same way, if there is a wound on the palms that is covered and can't be removed, one has to wipe the forehead and backhands with that hand anyway. If one doubts after wiping his backhands whether he performed tayammum correctly or not, he should disregard the doubt and assume it was done correctly. If one performs tayammum due to the absence of water or any other reason, his tayammum becomes void when that excuse goes away. The last point is that if one performs tayammum in place of ghusl-e-janabat, he shouldn't perform wudu or tayammum. Instead,